So, I just had a few doubts in this particular chart. So, not the chart, but the concepts of smaller candles. I'll just show you. So, over here. So, yeah, so one thing I figured it out was you remember, sir, that NDR auto type trade which I used to say, sir, which I had mistaken in Adore building as well long back. So, I think last month. But yeah, I've found out the similar way. So not only over here, but in many stocks. So. But my only question, the main thing now is to, sir, is to objectify. So now I may, once this thing crosses, of course, the W is also merging with me over here. But still, sir, I probably, of course, now this is a perfect trade, and in I also have understood, sir, this is and this as a as a perspective or as a particular example. But sometimes we also see that 3-4 candles happening, that particular that that smooth M10 happening. Here my expectations become that. But yeah, of course, when these types of trade take place, then the hourly is always flattish, and it's like that. So similar to India, so this I've understood. But I think I just need a little more practice to pick the stocks where you get those 3, 4, 5 more good candles, and comparing this particular thing with those types of things, so that I could differentiate more. So one more doubt was over here, sir. This was the main doubt, sir. The doubt is that you heard sir, we see these two candles happening now. Of course, I checked on Ali. The best thing was that over here, uh, we don't we, after the as soon as the consolidation got started, we didn't see a big red candle. Usually we see in other stocks, but still, sir, over here, if we just see, okay, as a consolidation, of course, little more would have been better. But how do I time my trades now? Our past I was finding a little bit tough to objectify this particular trade over here. So I wanted to ask you that because what happens is, so if we could have taken a trade here, then the SL is there, and that's about it, sir. But still, how do I bring a little more depth in this? So the only one observation in this was that because I've checked a lot of charts. So one of my personal trades which I particularly traded with this was over here, so Prakash, and you remember, so I had a big hit over here. So this one thing I understood is the Wyckoff theory, so the range and how do we time it. But this I had taken a trade over here next day on a half a day. This was a inside bar, and during 1:30 I had taken a trade over here. Earnings was also around the corner, so, and had pretty good closing candles. But this played out, and this observation I made because over here also, and not only this, and many charts. There were big red candle coming in the consultation. So first thing, so I'm assuming to objectify those candles if I want to pick. So I'm assuming those. So I just wanted to confirm, sir. Was it good? And one more thing, I wanted to share few charts about these stocks. One was KTK Bank. You remember, sir, the Newgen concept you had asked in the groups earlier, okay, during the earnings, and how do you time it, and yeah, so over here, no, so of course I was rewatching your lecture on Wyckoff, so lecture number 4, and it again reopened a little bit different perspectives. Actually, I had taken few trades unconsciously regarding that, but now it all just brings clarity because Newgen, you won't believe, so I had a buy around here. Yeah, so I had my first buy over here, and I was frustrated. So I had, even when this was happening, I think I had even averaged it out here. But again, you see, no, sir, the 10 closing was not there. But then, sir, I was to bring another perspective. I was just just small objectivity. So of course, you will always say me to pick the whole overview. But I think there was one chart in, was it Denta or Banco? So there, the above 10 closing was not there. So I was expecting this to do here. So, but again, it was not the best. I felt a little more time had to be gone because this was there. So I had bought here, I bought here, and I did not exit here. I wanted to exit here or maybe here near the 200, but okay. Then I think I sold around here. Yeah, my stop loss I was paying, and I knew that it was near the thing, but again some money rotation I wanted to do so, so I had sold it, and next day I got this, so I did not add here. I think I was in some other stock, so I was not able to add here. I had added here and I played that earnings. So the same thing happened in KTK Bank and as well as today in JBMS. And many of the stocks, there was Vimta Labs also, and there was, sorry, not Vimta Labs, it was Venus Remedies. The same thing happening over here. So now KTK Bank in W, on W. So of course my STF is 3 months, and because since 200 is present on W, but still if I take this as my STF now, because M it will be 50, so yeah, me to 5. So same, so now you won't believe, so during this month, so it was October and November, I'd seen many stocks, near that 50 moving average, and so yeah, over here also there was KTK. It was in my main priority list, but I was not able to take it because I got stuck into some other stocks. So yeah, it was a very nice one, sir. Over here. My only query was this thing: how do we merge? Because I feel we may see a volatility. So my question here arises that to play, I can play this candle, but I'm unsure of this candle happening. So of course, this is the best thing. The of course the another thing is another hack that we use is to play on to keep a stop loss on structure. So maybe on if my STF is weekly, so maybe I could have had structures on hourly, but still I just wanted to, of course DNA is also there, but that conviction was, I'm still not getting that conviction, so lately I think I'll practice more on DNA. I think that's what will help me. So same thing happened in JBMA and on daily, yeah. Yeah, oh yeah, so it was near the support region. M was on V25, so M was on V25. It was like this very very beautiful good candles here, and we had this one, but TK, it was near the V25 and we got the support from here. So yeah, I think yeah. So yeah, it was near the support. So we endured a range. It was near the end of the range, and we see those good beautiful candles happening above that, and this graph plate. So yeah, so there are many stocks that were happening the same way. So I wanted to discuss this. Recently, I just wanted to discuss that I'm having a very small portfolio, so I'm using a little bit of MTF as well, but it's not been working lately. The same way Yape, so I had taken another trade Yape, so it was a range, and Yape, yeah, exactly on this day I've purchased Maninfra. I'll just show you the M, sir, in this. M was very very nice, sir, but ठीक है वो end में वो hindsight में, so M was like this over here. This was my M monthly, sir, and I was there was a range over there. It was near the support. There was 50 support. There was polarity. Everything was there, sir, and yeah, I bought here, and it kind of failed, sir. My second buy was over here to average it out. But yeah, these are my two buys. So and I endured this, and then I endured this, and maybe now I'm again expecting that maybe it can retrace it because there's change of polarity as well. So I actually want to get out at cost or maybe a little bit over here near the 200. That's when I'm planning to get out. So maybe minimal profit or on near break even. So then there's one more trade that I bought. So these are a little bit I'm holding for long term. So I'm not been able to churn the capital. So Goldium, yeah, I bought around here. So yeah, I know little bit went not so good because as a rule of thumb you'll always say so to buy near the 10 moving average. But I'd seen the pivot, and I showed you so that two candles happening uh, in Zota. So in the first chart. So over here also. Uh, yeah, if you see, sir, यहाँ पे I had bought over here, and there was no red candle also, but this kind of didn't work, sir. So I just wanted to know, objectify कि what would have been the best case. Of course, near 10 would have been the best, But since if you bring the perspective of Zota, then I think this could have made it so, because this was, we were already in a range. There was a little bit of 85 over here, so I think maybe it could have. This was closing above 10. Maybe that NDR auto type trades up, but yeah, this kind of failed, sir. So I just wanted to objectify it. How could we have done it, sir? Over here. So yeah, this gold team I'm still holding, sir. Maybe we can see a range here, and maybe again near the break even or near the red line. So this range. So I'm clicking this as a range. Yeah. Next one more stock was in Syngene here. Again, so I was again looking back at your video, sir, and you had mentioned a lot about timing, sir. So uh, yeah, so this was the chart of Syngene. So M overview is like this, as a support here, as V25 happening. 3 months it's near 20 moving average, and it's we going to say close also, sir. And I think it's a very good, beautiful chart, sir. A little bit patient. Maybe I could have timed it much more better way. Uh, the W was over here. We haven't seen any close above 10 moving average. Still, I think my buy in on W was somewhere around here, or maybe here, or maybe here. I'll just check, sir. On daily, I purchased on daily, sir. And on daily, I had bought the stock over here. Yeah, I bought the stock over here on daily, because this was how the chart was looking, sir. It had a fresh event as well. 10 crossing over 20, good candle. Of course, there was a 200 downslope was there, but I thought it was just ranging, and it's coming from the support region. But that was not the best. Of course, I endured this. I'm still holding, sir. I had purchased over here 31st October, and I'm still holding for 2 months. I think now maybe it's quite ripe, sir, because your month is also closing, sir. W is closing above 10, and there is this smaller candle on Happy Monday STF itself. So maybe I'm thinking, maybe of course chart, because a little bit unstable here, but I think it will happen, sir. It will go. It may go good, sir. The recent trades from the after the October ones were only successful ones were only this Bharat Wire, sir. Similar to this structure, sir. I picked up a Syngene because it again, sir, all near MV25 type, sir. All M was near 20, 50 moving average, and maybe we can get one more good candle, sir. Maybe from here. So here is my doubt, sir. I'll be a little bit specific, sir. Okay, यहाँ पे कभी कभी ऐसा भी हो जाता है, एंड देन देयर इज वन मोर रीज़न कि वो ऐसा इधर तक आता है, एंड 26%, and then again it goes for the consolidation, goes above 10 moving average, and from there it just blasts. So how do I objectify over here? So these two areas I was feeling a little bit under. So I think here, and then there's a range over here. So yeah, so this is how my weekly is. So main range is this. This happens to be a main range. So main range is over here. So how do we place it? But I think right now it's going really good. There was this was the candle. This was the area that I had bought. So I had bought around Yape, and I had bought around Yape. So that this particular day I had bought, yeah, because I had seen this thing, and the next day when I saw this thing, the next day I just bought it, and it gave a good 5%. It was above the moving average. My sell was just below this particular candle, and yeah, I saw this and I exited on this day. Finally, that's it. Yeah, so same way Syngene was also, you just see this structure, so of the moving average, and this candlestick structure as well, sir. This candle structure as well, and the same thing I had bought over here, but I think I could have waited, sir. You just see, sir, please, that we got a good green candle, and the stock was over here, and this my query was कि वो ऐसा क्यों नहीं आया. So how do I objectify it? So when I just only objectification I can do is to check on weekly, and weekly never gave a 10 moving average. There was not a good like this candle present like a DC, and after the DC also, the price usually becomes volatile and then it stabilizes. Maybe now we can get a good move over here. So yeah, a little bit objectification I think is required, sir. Maybe I could. I'm seeking a little more depth in how I do, sir. So yeah, sir. So with those main, the doubt was that you know that those how do I play those two candles, and the only thing I came to know was okay. Of course, the whole thing matters, but still, uh, the W matters. The W was really good in Nota, sir, and Yape the W was not the best. It could have been better, I felt, but I think it was little volatile, maybe a little more a smaller, inside bar, little bit more of range candle would have been better, sir. It's still sir. So I just wanted to. I'm picking up parts here and there, and maybe I'll later sum up, sir, into a whole, making it a context. Okay, you know, how and how do I take things further? So I think one of the part was Arli Pay, no big red candle consolidation, and the second part over here was to get the context right. So W was a little bit unstable, a little bit volatile, so maybe D did not help me over here. So these are the only two things I had picked so from the recent thing. So was I right? So I would like to know, was I right over here? And if not, then how do we objectify more so? And how do we, bring newer perspectives and see things in a different way so that it helps to improve the efficiency of the trade? See you, sir. Good night. Hi, sir. I just had a few doubts in this particular chart, sir. Not